Well, I was drafted from Olean. I had two brothers. They volunteered. They weren't as old as I was. One youngest one is a year younger. And he asked his dad if he could volunteer to go in. They hesitated. They didn't want him to go. So my older brother's in the Marines. He volunteered to go in. And they called us the three brothers. Well, my brother-in-law, he went along with us too. But he went to bowling, he got hurt with his ankle or something. And so he had to put us off a week. And you remember the flood of 42? Olean, all flooded. Well, that's all healed up now. Anyway, it held us up for a week, so we could help clean up. And then after that, they took us down to Fort Niagara. And it's strange, it's real funny, not going through a situation like this. They put us in the gymnasium, huge gym. Okay, buddy, he said, okay, buddies, strip. Just took all your clothes off, then you fall in line, and you go through these hallways and stuff. There's women and girls and everything. And so that's where we got our clothes to and everything. They told us not to wear anything good. They wanted to go down there. And so we went through all that rigmarole and got shots and they took a picture of us and sent it home. And after that we went to another area there where just, picking up what you're capable of doing, this and that. And I got a nice job, and a couple others did too. I got a test. That's what they put through a test, and I did real good. I got 95 on my test, so I got into the mechanic part of it. I thought, boy, this is going to be soft. But it wasn't. It wound up that way. And so then we got our basic training over with. And then through the basic training, they decided what you're good for and everything, your actions and everything. I got along good with the sergeant of the barracks. And he picked me out. He said, "Did you know how to shoot a gun or a rifle?" I said, "Yeah, I shot one all my life ever since I was a little kid." Well, I said, "Sounds good." I said, what do you mean sounds good?" He said, "Well, you got marks on this attitude test." He said, "You pick where you want to go." So I didn't have to go in the infantry. He said, "You're going to be sent down south to get a test and and learn how to what we went down in big vehicles and stuff." So I went down there for 2 months. And then, let's see what happened after that. Oh, then I got sent to and joined an outfit, After I joined the outfit there, then that's when they shipped us out to California. Then brought us back again, sent us back out again, because they're afraid of submarines to go to get the oil fields out in California. Put us out to shoot the air, everything's going through the air and stuff. And that was fun. They did all we did up there. You sit up, where Fort Ord was? That's right on the base, right on the ocean. And so every day you picked up so many of it, and then you had an airplane going up and throwing a balloon along, and then see if you could hit it. Not us, I said. See what you could do. Rifle, 30-30 rifle. They're heavy. And anyway, then all of a sudden here we are again back in the East Coast. And then all of a sudden we're back out there again. And pretty soon we go back again. And they told us to get our barracks, our clothing and everything all together, all your rigging and what you got to take to go overseas. I thought, wow, here we go. I was actually kind of excited, but my dad and mother weren't pleased. So then we got on the ship at night. All the trouble they was having submarine sinking. ships and stuff down in the end of Florida and New York City too. They put us out there, so right about 10 o'clock at night. Okay, go ahead to New York Barracks, their duffel bags and everything's all packed. Okay, every line up, you're going to hit the roads. And so here we go, we got up on the ship, and it's dark, real dark. Pretty soon we all got settled on the ship at Casablanca. Wait a minute, I was getting ahead of myself. Anyway, got on that ship, and that'll come to me later. We came to the ship and all got on the ship, got assigned to bunks, where you ride in. And so then I said, no, you got any messages for the minister? Don't talk just through the ministers in your area or whatever. And so I said to the minister, they had different denominations too. He said, have you got any questions you want to ask him? I said, here's the first question I'm going to hit you with. I thought it's going to be nasty if you do to your religion. He said, go ahead, shoot it. And I said, our Bible, you teach us in church, in school. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. What are you supposed to do? He said, well, I'll tell you, young fella. He took me right up front, knocked me right in front of the guys and everything. So this man put me on a spot, but he said, it's really not a spot. He's protecting his own life. That's the way he put it. And so he said, if you got any other religion you want to go through or anything, like, speak up now. And I said, well, if they're going against our religion, kill somebody. He said, well, you want to get killed or be killed? Which? He said, it's up to you. So then we got on the ship, or got going that night. We wound up at Casablanca. And we got off the ship there at Casablanca. We, by the way, we were the first troops to go overseas. First troops to go out into fighting on the West Coast, or the East Coast. 1942. And that was it. And I left the 7th of December, or 11th of December. And that's when I left. And we got there and they said, oh, it was brand new and they built, brand new destroyer. Put us on there and sent us to bunks. And after that, said, okay, you guys are free to roam the ship. But we got to be within distance of the quarters so we can get going. So I went out on deck. He said, I wouldn't go any farther, bud, when the sailors are. So I said, why? I said, you're going to be going pretty quick. I said, I'm going to stay right out shore on deck. Because if this ship gets hit, I don't want to be down the bottom of it. Okay, but he said, you better get ready to get your duffel bag, take it with you. So when you get ready, your name's called, get ready to go. Or a troop's day is called, is be ready to go. So we got to turn down, we sailed into Casablanca. And as we was unloading and everything, they started shooting at the United States. Yeah, the French. Yeah, they called for de Gaulle. And de Gaulle got to come over and got straightened out. And so then we started to get out of our equipment on what we're going to do and everything, get lined up, fight against the Germans. Well, that was a surprise attack. The Germans weren't ready for it. So we managed to quite a few of them. So we're right up along the coast of Africa. Some of them got on ships, and more on ships rather, and they bypassed us. And there were 3 ships, and they got up there, and Germans caught it off guard. It's in a couple of days here we come with these boxcars, they call them 40-40s. So then we got there, then they applied us to health outfits there. And when we got there, we started getting shelled. It got holy hell, then we got scared. So they said, now you're going to get going into battle. It's the first time we do it. So then we put us to different outfits there. And they started after, what's his name? And we had to go fight our way over to meet the British general. and then we had the other way. But as we were fighting there, and I said, what's going on? The British general, one French general, I guess it was had control of the German troops and stuff. We got them over to the Brunner Pass. They fought against us again, passed back again. So finally they got that French general over with the French troops, and he come in behind, and he got the Germans to get out. So the Germans started moving on out, and this another thing that helped us get Rommel's one thing. See, I told you to come to me. They got Rommel to see that he was licked, to ruin the oil tanks and everything there to get their own. They destroyed all of that, so he had to get out. So he decided to pull out, and he went headed for the I'll think of it too in a minute.
Okay.
Anyway, he was sneaky enough, he got himself out. That's when we got on the ship, chasing him. But you know what the Germans did? And I was fighting them and stuff. They was killing American troops, or whatever. They was killing some other troops, but they were killing American troops. And they were stripping them and cutting them up. And so they could eat up, and the Americans chicken, they can't stand to see that stuff. They got food.
Was it Kasserine Pass? Or?
Kasserine Pass, yeah. That's where we went through. And they had ships waiting for us. And we got on ships there and started up to Sicily. But here's what this ship. Matter of fact, I'll tell you about this later. We had to wait for, get all organized, I guess you might call it. It was all forming an invasion outfit, to go in Sicily. Then we got to Sicily there. We was on this ship called not the Uruguay, that was the best. Anyway, got on the ship and we landed, and we got up to where we were supposed to join the rest of the troops. Got up there, we got off the ship and everything, because we were going to trick up for the invasion of Sicily. We went with a pretty good sized force. And then we went over to Sicily. And they'd split. The tank general, what's his name? Ben. They went one direction with him, up around. He was a sharp and smart guy, And he went around the other way. But the British went up the other way. And they had I guess, stronger forces. But he hit right over around the other way. He went on top to Palermo. He was waiting way up on top there. And I guess they had to kind of quiet him down a little bit. The main generals, like Eisenhower and the rest of them, held him back, So he stood up there, and when they finally met the British general. Anyway, they met him, and he stood up there, and they were all having sandwiches and stuff. Made him mad at him. I never was a mechanic.
Oh.
They pulled me out at times out of the troops. They pulled me and another guy out to work on the heavy equipment. But I actually wasn't doing much mechanic work. That's a good old time. I done enough of this now to get to it. And then we got up there and broke up on ships. We had to wait for more ships, I guess, to get in. After we got there, done away with Sicily. We started up to Pennsylvania, or the Italy coast, We landed at Salerno. We started there and we went in at night. But the first crew went in. They were going in landing craft, LCMs. Went in on them, but they shelled the hell right out of that port. And it just continuous for almost 2 days. Just continuous. I don't know how the Germans got through that in the Italian soup. And it bombarded. But then they made the invasion move, that? And they just slaughtered our troops and stuff. They were waiting. And killed over, I got a number they killed there too, 34,000 guys. And after they joined up by, what's that British name? He was a good general. he went up the right side and we went up the left. If we got close enough, like I say, they just shelled the hell right out of us. Just sent us into two things, for 2 waves. They sent in the first wave, and they got pretty much wiped out. And then it said they wanted me to try to pull our troops right out of it. Eisenhower was wanting to get them out of there. Says the slaughterhouse. He wanted to pull the troops back, but they got Patton lined up. He got the troops together and stuff, and organized, and he busted it up. So then they sent the second bunch of troops in. They sent them in there, and they're still pretty well pinned down. And finally, how they got it broke up, I don't know. As I was in the crowd. As a matter of fact, the first and the second round going in, I got hit by something. I was in the second wave. I was hit something, that brush or something, and knocked me over, looped. They couldn't find me for 4 days. And finally they found me. They put me back in again. So they sent me to the medics. They call that. Because I did a lot of that. I did take the wounded stuff down south to the. I got the pictures of that too. Bloody slaughter, bloody boot. What they called it. No, it wasn't exciting. It wasn't exciting, but I wasn't going to check it out either. Now that's when you grow up. At least you think you do. And you try to hide behind stuff. And here's another thing that hindered us a bit. You see, there's all out of rocks and stuff, that whole boot area. And but they had a lot of pretty stuff. They made stones and stuff for Italy, the best you can. And a lot of the guys, well, I wait till I get to the end, you know. But a lot of guys that battled, the infantry guys, they protected themselves. You remember slapping a kid? Well, that's when that happened. And they took him to a medical down south and around as best you can. There's all rocks and mud and stuff like that, bushes and stuff. You hide the best you can. Instead, just decide to move, and then we move too. Because you're told to move, you're supposed to move. And just think you get two packages of food. You'd one would be crackers, the other would be those fingers, little fingers, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, C rations. K rations is bad, but C rations are the better ones. But you don't mean monkey around cooking them for your, in the first initial blow. Oh, it's just noise, man. 24 hours. Just trying to rid of a wall. And then we got where we were.
I could see how people could get shell-shocked. I mean...
A lot of guys did. A guy down the street just did. Burned. You got in the main invasion it's on the French side, Omaha Beach. Yeah. And they picking up bodies, dead bodies and stuff. And one guy comes with that's the guy here. And he had a white cover on him. It's a bit, what do they call it? Some kind of a bag.
Oh, the body bag?
Yeah. They came to him to pick him up and they say, this guy ain't dead. He's going to put him in his wagon and haul him off to the cemetery. This guy ain't dead. Well, they finally got to him, you know. And he was covered with sand and water. And he was inside that bag. They thought he was dead. But he came home. As you go up to Whitley, though, it really wasn't secured so he could really move. And anyway, this thing start to move in our favor. And then you get a break, gets you a good break. We went to, like I said, we took the left side up to the Mediterranean side. I don't know what the general did. That's when we started breaking up into like 2 different divisions and stuff. Then they give you a break down into there. They kept just some forces pushing the Germans and Italians. So they kind of give you a little, like I said, break in that fight. You get your whole outfit organized in different ones. And then when you start moving again, it's all moving a bunch, you know, like maybe 50 to 100 units, you know, start moving all at once. So it was nice going up the left side, definitely. But it was come winter, it was terrible too. But so we got up farther in the mountains. You had your regular ODs and jackets and stuff. But then as we start going up, we came to, I got a map of that layout too. And we got winter before we hit Rome. And afterward too, because Rome was nice. Our general wanted to do it, he did it. He wanted to capture the first time that Rome's ever been captured by going up from the bottom instead of going over. They had animals and elephants and stuff. And he wanted to do that, and he did it. He killed a few men doing it. No, we was sitting on missions to do, to hold them back, and like I say, we got so much stuff to do. I don't know why I got picked to do this, but I got picked to use a Jeep and a reconnaissance car. After the guys got wounded and stuff, I was picked for one of them to pick those guys up and send them to the rest center. So I was continuously doing that.
Yeah.
That's all like mechanic work does it. And there's Florence, there's Verona, there's Florence. I went through all of these places. I'd seen Alina Tower Pizza. Went up inside of it with a bunch of guys, and so many people going up into steps are just concave like that. So we went up at the top, and there's 7 bells up in it, big heavy bells. So we went up in it. Our officers didn't tell us not to or nothing, so we got way up in the top there, and it's ringing the bells, you know. I told these guys, get over there and see what that sounds in the other one. I sent 4 guys over the other side of the tower. So when I got up there, I had one of them bells, and I slammed it against it. Metler used. We went through other places. We was allowed to go through all of them. They sent us on pepper through. But the reason it's so tough, fighting was so tough, that was all martial stones, you know, like marble, all for like granite, yeah, and it's deep. Some of the marble holes in the ground are 300 foot deep. So if you get shot down in there, they never find you. And some of the guys out in the winter time, they'd go down in some of those deep holes and they wouldn't even come out. And wild dogs chewed them up, particularly in Anzio. See, he'd be general. He wanted to get there first. And so I went out around. And then he took our outfits, quite a few of them. He said, must have been 50,000 troops go out around. His mission was to go up 10 miles up and said make it secure, you know. Get up there. He couldn't do it. He got up there. We seen the troops, most of them up on top. And so after they got the German generals, see what taking place, they started throwing troops at us. So then we couldn't fire back. Finally, I got a picture of the tank too. But anyway, I guess apparently his job, that general there, apparently his job is to hold it, you know. And this general on our side was supposed to go no farther than 10 miles, but he went in far too far, and he couldn't hold it. And so they started pushed back, and finally, it was in the wintertime too, when ice was forming, and they was in the water, with our packs on and stuff, you know. And I got part of my legs that got that water burn or something you call it. It turned black like, yeah, angel. It was Monogatini. And they couldn't make punch him. The Germans there. So they called it, you got a British general. They got a whole flock of these Gurkhas, and the Germans were scared to death of them. They didn't want no guns, All they wanted was knives. But when they got them there, they got them over there from Africa, brought them over on a ship, put them down in the hold, and set 2 guys in charge of it, make sure they didn't get out. And I was one of them, and another guy was another one of my friends. They put us, they can't lock you in, so they put us in there to watch them, keep track of them. All the time they're on that ship, the workers are allowed to have their wives, and the wives or women, in a certain part of the ship. So they have their goodies to do, you know. And they can't go on deck without shoes. They never ever set shoes on in their life. Didn't see them walking around in shoes. That was fun to heck. And those got them guys in there and got them over into the fighting, and they'd go out at night and they'd get through behind those guys to cut the throat. A whole bunch laying all over the place. And they finally, they stopped bombarding the hell right out of that monastery. Yep, I was in it. And they got it so damaged that they had to start pulling back. The Germans did start pulling back. And so that we couldn't get by we couldn't get by that monastery. And that's why they held us up, bought us down, and we couldn't go any farther, do anything. Like their plans screwed up. And after we got them, we got some of the British troops in there, and they started pushing them down out of the hill there and stuff. Because the Germans fortified that just like crazy. And finally, they got some guys all around us. They got up past us. They got back in the water, like, you know, the shoreline, so we could move. And my God, we held them there, we moved them back. But they couldn't move far enough. And here we are, we're settling in this place for all winter. And then finally they built up enough forces, the Americans did. They built up enough forces so they could, what happened, we figured this is what happened, we don't really know. This guy's in there. But they set up enough, broke it up enough that they could get some troops out around us and come in and pick us up right at Anzio. Every day. You got the 2 big guns mounted on 2 railroad tracks. They're users, two of them. And they can shoot 25 miles. Here we are in the water. And they call them Anzio Andes. Every one of the people over there has got names. Axis Sally. But those guns are something else. And when you hear them when they go overhead. Woof, woof, woof. You don't know where it's going to hit. Day and night, day and night. There's no, as I say, maybe on the beach there's just bushes like, that's no protection. But the rest of it was all gravel and that stone stuff, you know. And so they pushed us. I was standing in the water. A lot of us guys standing in the water 2 foot deep all summer or all winter. And that's what happened, man. And then all of a sudden, we don't know what took place. They got the Germans scared enough that they quit pressuring us and let us be on our own. And so they got a bunch of guys up here and got us out of there. And that's it. Well, in the meantime, Anzio, you have to.
How do you survive? I mean,
you have to. If you don't, it's tough. Oh, they get. And we don't never know those guys in the water and stuff. In the holes and stuff, and the dogs eating them, chewing them, dead soldiers up, just chewing them up. We come finally to get a bunch of them out, and they'd already started building the cemetery. And we got out, and they let us go into a certain area, let us go back a ways, and they could rejoin. And they had the British had an anti-aircraft gun there. So we had me and this one guy, one of my best friends. We asked him if we could shoot that. So they let us shoot it. And they shot it mostly at night. And I had to laugh at this one English general, or not general, but this guy in the jacket. He let us shoot it, you know. He said, by glory, lad, they call him, by glory, lad, you did a good job, but you didn't hit the bastard. He just scared the hell out of him. So that kind of cheered us up a little bit, you know. But anyway, after they got the troops in there to get them in there without getting shot at, then they just started busting up Germans, started busting that up. So we could get back to get some life back in us. And so they sent us back to Rome. Nice. Oh, we went into Florence, took over this building. So us guys could get some decent bedding and stuff, you know. Well, this girl, and it's across the street from another big bunch of buildings. And the Italian girls are trying to talk to us Americans, you know. And the wives didn't like it, or the mothers didn't like that. So they hollered over to us, and they had a big club like, they'd follow her. The women, the windows are all closed in bars. And so they'd holler at her, you know, holler. We had one guy that could talk Italian real good. She started cussing at him and everything. I ain't gonna tell you now, my wife's in there. Some of the nasty things we told us. Florence. See, I don't know to come back, we start calling Florence, our names. And so they took us in their rooms, like, on the other side there. And that was like a hospital place, I guess. And so they took us in, they wanted to know if we'd like a nice bath. So we took us in there and took our clothes off. There's gonna be no clothes on you, so they took it off. And they'd give us a nice warm bath. You know, just that, washing us, scrubbing us off and everything. Just beautiful. And they didn't want any money for it. But a lot of strange things happened. Oh, I had a lady, Italian lady. She picked me up because we got free cigarettes and stuff to eat. Anyway, this lady picked me up afterwards, and she wanted to know if she could follow up through. She had to make our clothes by washing for me for nothing. And I said, "You're going to be there when we start moving?" "Oh, yeah. And so lo and behold, she scrubbed my clothes and everything, dried them out, and pressed them like, you know. And she followed me up. And certain days she wouldn't come into camp, but she'd find me. And she'd give me my clothes all pressed and everything. She was friendly with me. And she said, "All I want is cigarettes." So she went to say cigarettes. Oh, that's something in Africa. There was African kids chasing the troop train, you know, what do you call it? Troop train. And then there was a stop with the little African kids that come over to the train. She said, "Cigarette, Joe, cigarette. Bum, candy." We get off the car and go and talk to them and got them and stuff, and other kids. Yeah, then she chased me, but she followed me all the way up to the war was over. Well, we got past Florence. Oh, on the way up through, there's one of the southern cities there. They're having a big party, like, you know, there's a big one, like that round thing we got out here, but it was all concrete. It was about 2 foot deep. And that's quite a wine country. So they get the grapes and stuff, put them in that round thing, and they get in and dancing, and they get little guys going on the accordions, playing that all day long, just smashing that, making wine. Then when they got all done with it, they gave us some bottles of wine. So it wasn't that bad. We're getting up near Verona, that's where, next to the mountains up there, where the war was over up there. Firenze, Bologna. There's some more little ditty things that happened down in here. Oh, we had a guy, a kid, he always made liquor, whiskey. So he's going to make a bunch of whiskey for us. So he's got it started, and just about ready to get it to drink, you know. It tasted and everything, see how strong it is. And his name was Pachuri. You can see he's Italian. He got that wine going, or not wine, but what do you call it? Like liquor. You call it something else. Just get yourself a good drink, you know. And they'll come and pull us out. And all the time, something happened in the wintertime too. It was so cold. We didn't have anything for antifreeze. So they got alcohol, yeah. They didn't have anything to mix with their drink, so they used the alcohol, mixed it with that wine that they made. That was like, God, just terrible. Here's Firenze. That's where they bombed us one night. After we got that far up, the Germans come over. They still had enough guts in them they bombed us. So we moved all of our heavy equipment up under in the trees and stuff. Moved up there, see if we could hide it. That was the worst damn thing we could do. Because if they ever found it like that, it's all in one place. Knocked the hell out of it. Now that's another talking about Germans. After the war, they got together so they just told them they'd move on out. You guys are free to go. Get there the best you know how. But them guys, they talk to us and shake our hands and everything, just like nothing happened. And they said, what happened? We was never told or anything. They took their guns and stuff, they just disposed of them. Their uniforms and stuff, big hots and big shots, they got rid of theirs. But it was strange, awful strange when that war ended. We wasn't told anything. Them guys come showing up in masses. The Germans do it because they're free to go. They said, what the hell happened? So finally some guy told us, because we was hiding behind trees and everything, with guns and everything. The guy came over and told us, hey, the war's over. Give up. Go back to your units. That's the only time we knew. It's crazy as hell. There's parole on it. I got a picture of that. You hear probably in the paper when the war was on. When they got Mussolini and killed him. And I got some cards in there. The Italian people, they killed them people, shot them and beat the hell out of them. Just mashed them. They no respect for the Italian people, their own people. But after the war ended, it's all straightened up. We got a lot of people from here that went on over to see where the cemetery was and stuff like that.
Did you have any contact with, the Italians had a resistance movement against the Germans. Did you have any contact with them?
Yep.
Can you tell me about that?
Well, what they did be in groups, and they go to these little small houses and stuff, and they'd hide. And we come on to them, and kind of sneak up on them and stuff. And then finally, sometimes when the people would spot them, and they'd come over and start talking to us. We had to get to one of our Italian guys to understand it. But he come over and went inside the cabins and stuff. And they were just as friendly as all hell to us. No, treat us with wine, and so we didn't suffer.
Did they help you out with information? Did you help them out with supply?
Yep. Yeah, they want to know where. Matter of fact, one of the guys that I worked for, he was in the Air Force. He got shot down. And they got captured. And finally this one Italian guy helped him get back to his unit, And he got him out of there and stuck him out of there. He carried him way down the south part of Italy. Put on the boat, sent him over to British. Sent him over there on this little boat like. They were mad. Mad at the British, or not the British, but some of the Italians mad at themselves. Now, after the war ended over there, they talked to one another just plain as day. They just turned around just like that. So anyway, I headed up north, up in the mountain parts, and got above Verona. And when we got with the 7th Army, American 7th Army coming across there too, when you get behind them, report that you're where you are and everything, because you just start bombarding, you don't want that, so that's what broke it up. But the Italians were good, real good. I got to be good to wash my clothes. Yeah, it was strange, You'd think that you'd fighting against you, they'd be, tired us, not tired, but mad at us too. Just that they wanted to be nice to us. To get along better.
Did you have contact with German prisoners too, or?
Oh yeah, they just go in and camp there and set up a bonfire and let them eat, and then they got together and they let us go home free. It just ended just like that. Crazy. As a matter of fact, I took a 88 or a revolver, what do you call it, Luger. I took that with German. And I've carried it around for quite a while. One of our officers found out about it. Said, "You can't take that. You're not allowed to take home." I said, "Bullshit! I took it away from this officer." So, but you can't have it. So they get mad, dumped their duffel bags all out on the ground. Anything that took any interest to you couldn't have it. I couldn't have this. I wanted to take this telescopic sight off this German tank. And I had it all off and everything over in the camp where we stand. Couldn't have it. So you ain't going to have it either. So I took it all apart. I took the glasses inside of it. Like matter of fact, the prism I took out of it. Because that's what they send you anyway. I took that up, took it right out. And I hid it someplace. I brought it home. One of my kids got it. When we was down south, fighting against Rommel, our tanks wasn't powerful enough to take them out. They start building new ones. And that's the only way they could get any forward movement out of the troops. And there's something else about the Germans there. Oh, we took these half-track. We had big guns on them. And when they could outmaneuver the Germans, and so we used them to knock the Germans out. Otherwise, we'd still be going at it. Can I tell you about my brother? My brother Chuck, he flew with Doolittle over the British. He flew in these airplanes. He was a tail gunner for Truman Hellcat. And they flew in on missions over Japan that bombed it and stuff. Well, what happened is one time, I guess my brother's got a record knocking them down. So I found out about the Japanese were smart enough, and our officers at the ships, they weren't so very smart. They took they have what they call a all-clear signal. And when that's taken, they pass it on to the guys working on the ship and the airplanes and stuff on deck. Then they don't have to worry about it getting bombed and stuff. But the Japanese followed them around and they don't get far enough that they couldn't diagnose them. I know where they was at. They found them and they followed us. They had a picture of that too. You think I took it around, running around taking pictures. But Bunker Hill is the name of the aircraft carrier. And the general's name is, rather than James, the head of the aircraft, Mitchell. He gave the clear signal too early without making sure. Well, the jet planes followed the aircraft carrier in and just smashed that thing. Just threw it. My brother got killed. He was down in what they call a ready room. It turned their cameras in off the airplanes. He was down in, like I said, the ready room. And then the torpedo come through the side of the ship, killed him. That burned my bad, man. It burnt me. I got cried day after day about that. And when I was on the ship going to, after the war ended over there in Italy, they sent us over to the Philippines. Boy, but the war's over. What the heck the matter? They sent it over there, and my sister in the meantime sent me a telegram that my brother got killed. And that really upset me. Oh, she sent me a cablegram. Tell me about it. And so I happen to know one of my other brother fought against Japs at Saipan and Tinian. He's supposed to have had 2 hearts, but his daughter told me she don't have purple hearts. So I said, who's lying to who? I got all the male officers. Matter of fact, one sailor told me where to get them on the ship there. So I went up and talked to him. I said, we just come from Italy, from Africa, Sicily and stuff. And I said, can you tell me, or would you tell me, see what's happened to my hand? And see what's happened? I just wanted to say. And I said, could you tell me something to help me out a lot? He said, like Plato. He said that my brother got killed. He went on the one, and the ship just got it back up and out safe. And I said, can I ask where we're headed for? He told me, he said, right, we're headed for, is anywhere near where the Battle of Thailand, Saipan, Tinian is. He said, you're going right through the water. Because they buried my brother in the water. He said, well, you won't get that close to it. The ship, actually that ship there, he said, you or any other ship, he said, you won't get close enough to it. But I said, you'll be pretty close. And he came out and told me, he said, you get out on ship deck. And he said, I'll come out and I'll tell you where we're at. So he told me. Then he said, I'd be glad to, but he said, what would water's your butter buried in? That's what I was interested in. And so he come out and thank me for the information. And so my brother, he got in the Saipan-Tinian battle. But then after that, we went over to the Philippines, and first we landed. Anyway, they stopped for just to pick up orders. And that's pretty good. One of the islands pretty close to set. And them women, when they're walking and doing stuff, washing clothes and stuff, they're pressure like monsters. We left, then we went over to Sydney, Australia, pick up more orders, and then into Philippines. So then we got over to the Philippines because all those we had to wait. We couldn't get in the dock and get settled on. We got all them LSTs, LCMs, and all wire ones that go in landing craft. They had to get puts all on them, turn them around, wait for MacArthur to get there. So there was a couple of officers taking their names and stuff. And they had to wait for MacArthur. So finally, he decided he used to he'd be there so he'd shake his hand when he'd go through the group of guys. He come close to me and I went like this. I hated it. I just hated him. He was got himself ready, got the guy out of the Wainwright. He got him out of trouble over there, got him back safe. He got his own safe. He didn't get him out, get Wainwright safe. He let me go through it all. Then he could go on the battleship and spent the rest of the thing down in the battleship. Now that made me better now. I wasn't shaking hands. He's shaking hands with guys that's going down through the road. I was going to put my hand up and I just went just like that. Something that matters, as you should know. I don't care. I hated him.
Did he say anything or just move on?
Just moved on. I moved on. What else? We was over in the Philippines when they put us stopping bombs, 2 bombs. We couldn't see it or anything. We couldn't even hear it. But they told us about it. And we wasn't that far away from it. But then we went into we got everything together. We went into Japan. But a lot of ships and airplanes. You shouldn't have. It's black in the sky. It was black with airplanes. Just we expected trouble. But they didn't give us any. But when we went into Japan for signing the treaty, I asked it, said I'd put on one of the LSDs. And I asked him, I said, can I get someplace where I can see the sign of the treaty? He said, just small, everything. See that one of the, what they call a staff post going up here. He said, you can manage to get up there so you can see over that air place or not. It's all closed in with British ships, the height, I guess. Is you get up at that high and you keep looking in that direction for where the sermons going to be. He said, did you see it? Sure enough. I got the sign. I wish I'd had a camera with me. Yeah, I see Wainwright. I see MacArthur. He's one of the big shots. The ones that was in the main part of it to begin with, on the ships. But I got to see them all sign, get to sign that thing. I didn't have no camera with me that day. Yeah, it was neat. Yeah, they were right on shores. Going around the shore right on the beach like with the LSTs. I don't know, but they was afraid of us. They nothing else, but they told us, the officers did, I'll treat these people just like normal people. I said, bullshit. I said, I lost a brother over here. Do you think I'm going to treat him like an angel? And see, what makes you so bitter? I said, ain't that bitter enough? A couple of my guys and myself went in town and let us go in town, Tokyo. They kind of had a big flag up, the number of ships that went in. When we went in there, the two of us went, I got a lot of little pictures and look at that. The woman, I want my picture taken. And I said, I'm not going to hurt you, because would you snap my picture? No. I said, I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to hurt you. I said, the war's over. She went to talk to another Japanese woman. Finally, she come over and she said, I take. So she took the camera, took pictures of that I got. So, but they were scared of us going in there. But they flattened it. They flattened that Tokyo. But ever see where there's a store, like, or street. It means you see where the streets go down through. And around, every so often there's where they keep their money and stuff. Every so often you see one of them on the street going down through. They just rattled that Tokyo. All the other things I'll tell you about. We had free roam to the city for a while. So we went out in the countryside and stuff. And the water come down out of the stream. Anyway, every so often you'd see 3 or 4 people, a group of people together. And there's the water running down the street there, on the side street. They're ass naked. And they're taking a picture. They'd get out of the water and take nothing. Oh, it's another thing I'm thinking of. Because over in Italy, they got these here in Rome there. They got these things, I didn't know what the heck they were. But you go in there and the women are on one side and men on the other side, doing their business, you know. But the women just stands up and that thing might pick it up. You look in there, you can see, oh, I was laughing our heads off. That was in Rome. I got mad. That's something I'll tell you. They went in there with bulldozers and real equipment. They took it on great big huge buildings, so they're making these warport things, you know, war equipment. The Japs is making that for the war. So we went in there, opened up both doors, took them big bulldozers and stuff, and just shoved them right out of there. Took over. That's for storing area or sleeping with her. And it's something I'll tell you. This officer come up to me. This is in the morning. He said, "Who's in charge here? Who's in the charge here?" Taking the marching the guys over to the. He come over to me and he said, "I see you got the highest rank." He says, I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I got the highest rank that you have. You're standing there." He was a general, or not a general, he was a colonel like. It made me mad. So I said, "Hey," I said, "I don't like to sound off to you, but I just come through the hell of high water over in Italy and Africa, and you name it." He said, "Well, I want you to take charge." I said, "No, I'm not going to take charge." I've done my job. So he said, "I'm going on the office and see somebody in the office." Say, "Hey, here." So when he came back to me, he said, "Tell me about your problems." So I told him, he said, "You're going to be on the next ship to go home." That's what he told me. I told him point blank, "I've done my fighting. You do your fighting, finish it." It was a smaller ship. It's like almost like a small destroyer or something like that. Sent me home. The ship was headed that way. And we went right on up to the Cold Creek Bridge. And we got there and docked, and they took us on the deck of the ship there and gave us all kinds of gadgets and stuff. And then we moved on. He said, "Now we're going to take you in this big room here." He said, "You're going to get a big surprise for yourself. Went in there. Anything in God's word you want to eat, anything you want to drink. Just you guys go in and one big ball. You deserve it. They give us a whole lot of things. And then when you guys get all done, if you want to get a nice shower or something like that, clean clothes, feel free. Treat us like kings. Which you should.
Yeah. Did your parents know you were back?
They were mad or hell. I couldn't send a message home or nothing. All during the war. I tried it a couple of times, but I called hell.
You couldn't write home?
No. Because they got a guy there that takes your mail, cases of letters, see what's written on them and stuff. I wrote some stuff that I'd be home soon or something. I'm here and I'm there. I got called into the orderly room. And the guy started chewing my butt out. And I couldn't send any messages on. No. Now my two brothers, they could send them home. Not me. I don't know why. They say that the enemy picks up the messages and puts it on television stuff. Your sweetheart, it's this, and they're going out with this guy, and just upsets you. Well, I got put on a train, I know. I wasn't there very long. But when I was there, everybody wanted to buy me drink and stuff. All of us guys that was sat at home. So then I went to Fort Knox on a train. And the American people treated us like gorgeous, just like nobody else in the world like you. They wouldn't sit down in the train and stand up and hang on. Took me to Fort Knox. That little picture right there, that's where I got discharged from Fort Knox. I got word that my mom and dad's going to pick me up right down the end of the street. So they put me on a train. The train came to Buffalo. And then they picked up a bus up there. Like it's all paid for. Right there, right by my house, right to the door. Rage. Oh, I took the Jeep one time. Well, I had to take a guy down to Rust Center. And coming back, I see this dirt road go down the way there. And I just to try to see where it branches off, and I was going to go up the hill and see what was up there. And this MP hollered at me, "Hey, soldier, get back here, I want to talk to you." "Where you headed?" And I said, "I want to go up and see what the countryside looks like." He said, "You go up there and say, hell, you ain't coming back alive." They have MPs sitting down on the corners telling you where you can go, where you can't go. I said, "Thanks."
Where was this, in Italy?
Yeah. That's the only way they guide the safety of the men, I guess. And some of the darndest things to tell you it's made to eat. I don't know whether I'm supposed to eat it or not. Oh, there's another guy, this guy named Mike Sasso. Well, we got two of us got sent to Rome, the first center, for 2 weeks. And he had some relations in Rome. So he looked him up. He found him. So he come over and got me. He said, "Come on, we're going to the house over there and take you something to eat, something good to eat." And sure enough, the old lady got cooked up the food, good tasting stuff. You ever been in that building, what do you call that? Vatican.
Yeah.
You ever been in there? I was in there during the war.
Yeah.
The guys, they had the guards up there, the guards, and they come on in, and the guy talking to us, and he said, "You want to see the priest?" And I said, "Sure, come on in." So they carried him in on one of those things you carry him in. And then he come in and did probably about 5-10 minutes there. He come in and they tried my hand, thank me, thanked us. And when he got all done, he gave me a picture of it. I got this picture of it. You wonder how I kept all that stuff together, but I did. Then I went in, he said, "You want to go in church?" So I told him, "You can talk good." So I said, I got a couple of guys together, and I walked way up to the top in the dome. Yeah. And I looked around and, boy, that's beautiful up there. So the guy let us go in, the priest, and it's tall up there, big. But I did some good things and some bad things. Every once in a while, this comes back to me, a lot of stuff that I forgot, you know. When you see some of those big trucks in here, you've got to stand up to drive them. They are big. The pistons in that, there's only 2 pistons in that big truck to push it. They're about that big around, pistons are. We had to change the cylinder on one of them. Yeah, I did. Not any more than I had to. But I wound up out here in the civilian life. I wound out here doing mechanic work, making a living. Slossons, they went out of business or something, I guess. Then I wound up doing something for the Ford agency. And the guy he said, "You have been on vacation since you've been here." He gave me $25 to take your wife on a vacation. No other dealership would do that.